So what you just saw there was Bernie Sanders yesterday coming into the Tacoma Dome in Washington State for his big rally there. There was nearly 20,000 people in that room. And for a moment, Bernie was rendered speechless by the energy and passion and love being shown towards him and his vision. It was a moment that Bernie took for himself, and he more than deserves it. Bernie has fought so tirelessly for working class people, for marginalized people, for the causes of social and political and economic and environmental justice. And it was great to see him and Jane take a bit of a moment for themselves. They were rendered speechless, and that's saying a lot because Bernie's done this before. Bernie Sanders, for years now, has had big crowds that are really excited to see him, happy to see him, eager to hear him and his vision and his policies and his articulation of a better world. But it was that moment that really drove home for Bernie, I feel, by watching it, that this was something special. And one of my friends on social media put it really well when they said that this may have been the moment where Bernie Sanders, deep down, he might not say it, but deep down realized that we were going to win, that he was going to win, that he was going to be the nominee, that he was going to take on Donald Trump. Bernie Sanders has likely always had to have that belief that he could win. You gotta have that belief somewhere deep inside you to get up every day and put yourself through this sort of process. Even back in 2015, where Bernie's rallies were tiny at first, he had to have that little kernel of a belief in him that victory was possible. But at this time, with a massive base behind him, a diverse and broad group of progressive Americans behind him, the single biggest coalition in the Democratic Party, leading national polls, leading Super Tuesday polls, leading fundraising, that this was the encapsulation of all that. This particular entrance, with a room of 18,000 people cheering him on, excited to see him, that Bernie realized, we're going to do it. And it's very fitting that the crowd was diverse, was young, was energetic. He was there with his wife Jane, and he was there with Pramila Jayapal, one of his more prominent supporters, and of course, an elected official from Washington State. It was such a fitting moment, and it was really great to see. Bernie's not a guy that gushes a lot about himself and his personal life. And I'm not saying we need to see him do that more. Bernie is who he is, and we love him for it. We know Bernie's a great husband. We know he's got a great family. We know he's proud of his children and grandchildren. We know all of that. He doesn't need to air that day in, day out. We know Bernie Sanders is proud of his Jewish working class origin. We know all of that. But it is nice to see these little moments where Bernie can let it shine through a little bit and let us know that he is still surprised and is still honored and is still at times speechless by the support we give him. So I think this is a great little moment, guys. I don't have too much more to say here. The moment largely speaks for itself, where Bernie Sanders is showing us that despite the fact that these rallies happen all the time and he hears from big crowds, there are still moments where Bernie Sanders, who's always been a humble man, and I think always will be humble, realizes just how much we love and respect and cheer for him as he fights for regular people within and beyond the United States. So I hope that Bernie Sanders continues at times to take these little moments and enjoy them, because he has more than earned it, more than almost any other politician. And I know that when we see Bernie Sanders enjoying himself, we're going to cheer that much harder for him.